The 1970s produced some of television's most innovative and bizarre sci-fi programming. While Star Trek reruns dominated syndication, countless other series explored strange new worlds with wildly creative concepts. Let's rediscover 10 1970s sci-fi shows that you completely forgot. 10th Space, 1999, 1975 to 1977.
To learn more about space.
Jerry Anderson's post-Thunderbirds series cost $6.8 million for the first season, making it the most expensive British TV production of its time. The show followed Moonbase Alpha after a nuclear explosion blasts the moon out of Earth's orbit, sending 311 survivors on an uncontrolled journey through space. Martin Landau and Barbara Bain starred as Commander Koenig and Dr. Russell, bringing serious dramatic weight to Anderson's typically puppet-focused productions. The series marked Anderson's first venture into live-action science fiction, abandoning his signature supermarionation techniques for human actors. The show's production values were genuinely impressive, featuring elaborate miniature work and practical effects that rivaled contemporary feature films. The Eagle spacecraft designs became iconic, influencing later sci-fi vehicle designs with their functional, industrial aesthetic that prioritized believability over flash. 9. The Starlost, 1973 to 1974.
It's Magnus. That's all right, it's another illusion. It's not gonna work, Magnus, not this time!
Harlan Ellison's ambitious concept became a troubled production that burned through a $4 million budget while delivering only 16 episodes. The series depicted survivors aboard Earthship Ark, a massive generation ship whose passengers had forgotten their true nature and lived in isolated biospheres, believing they inhabited separate worlds. Keir Dullea starred as Devon, a young man who discovers his agrarian community exists inside a vast spacecraft carrying the remnants of human civilization. The show's premise explored themes of lost knowledge, cultural stagnation, and humanity's survival instincts across generations. Ellison's original vision called for sophisticated storytelling and impressive production values, but budget constraints and creative conflicts resulted in cheap sets and simplified plots. The writer famously disowned the series, using the pseudonym Cordwainer Bird to express his complete dissatisfaction with the final product. 8. Quark, 1977 to 1978.
Follow you to the door.
Gene, transport down.
Buck Henry's satirical space comedy ran for only 8 episodes on NBC, but its irreverent humor predated later successful sci-fi parodies by decades. Richard Benjamin played Adam Quark, captain of a garbage scow in the year 2222, dealing with bureaucratic space agencies and bizarre alien encounters while cleaning up the galaxy's refuse. The show mercilessly spoofed Star Trek, Star Wars, and sci-fi conventions through its absurdist storylines and deadpan humor. Quark's crew included identical twin androids who couldn't determine which was the copy, and a transmute who shifted between male and female forms each episode, creating ongoing identity confusion. Buck Henry, co-creator of Get Smart, brought his signature satirical style to science fiction, creating genuinely funny situations that worked both as comedy and genre commentary. The series' low-budget aesthetic became part of its charm rather than a limitation, with cheap effects adding to the parody. The show's premature cancellation robbed television of a unique voice in sci-fi programming. Quark's approach to genre parody influenced later comedies like Red Dwarf and Galaxy Quest, though few matched its absurdist sensibility and willingness to mock sacred sci-fi conventions with such gleeful irreverence. 7. The Fantastic Journey, 1977.
Men of dreams of conquest and of power.
That's so dumb.
Ah, the generals. They are numerous, but not good for much.
This NBC adventure series lasted only 10 episodes despite an intriguing premise about travelers trapped on a mysterious island where different time zones and dimensions intersect. The show followed survivors of a boat crash who discover their island exists outside normal space-time, creating a nexus of possibilities. Jared Martin led the cast as Varian, a mysterious figure with advanced mental powers who guides the group through various temporal zones. Each episode transported the characters to different time periods or alternate realities, from prehistoric landscapes to futuristic civilizations, allowing for diverse storytelling opportunities. The series' production design created genuinely alien environments on a television budget, using creative lighting and practical effects to suggest otherworldly locations. The costume design effectively differentiated between time periods and alternate realities, helping viewers navigate the complex temporal geography. The Fantastic Journey's episodic structure allowed for philosophical exploration of different societies and time periods. Sixth, Logans Run, 1977 to 1978.
Run, runner!
Based on the 1976 film, this CBS series ran for 14 episodes while expanding the movie's dystopian future concept. Gregory Harrison and Heather Menzies starred as Logan and Jessica, fugitives from a society that executes citizens at age 30 to control population in a post-apocalyptic world. The series transformed the film's enclosed dome setting into a broader post-apocalyptic landscape, allowing the protagonists to encounter various survivor communities each episode. This change provided more storytelling opportunities while maintaining the original's themes about youth, death, and social control in extreme circumstances. Production values were surprisingly high for network television, featuring elaborate costumes, futuristic vehicles, and impressive set design. The series' vision of 23rd century technology influenced later sci-fi television through its sleek, minimalist aesthetic that balanced functionality with visual appeal. The show's exploration of different post-apocalyptic societies allowed for social commentary about contemporary issues. Each episode typically featured a community that had developed extreme solutions to survival, creating allegories for modern problems like resource scarcity and authoritarian control, making the series more thoughtful than typical action-adventure programming. 5. The Immortal, 1970 to 1971. This ABC series ran for 15 episodes, following Christopher George as Ben Richards, a man whose rare blood type grants immunity to aging and disease. The show depicted Richards fleeing from wealthy industrialist Arthur Maitland, who wanted to harvest his blood for immortality, creating a unique medical thriller premise. The series' format combined science fiction with thriller elements, creating a chase structure where the protagonist couldn't trust anyone. Each episode featured Richards helping people while avoiding Maitland's agents and other parties seeking his blood, making him a reluctant hero constantly on the run. Christopher George's performance anchored the series with genuine paranoia and vulnerability. His portrayal of a man whose greatest gift became his curse resonated with audiences during an era of social upheaval and distrust of authority figures and medical establishments. The show's production design effectively created a contemporary world where advanced medical technology existed alongside normal society. The contrast between Richard's extraordinary condition and ordinary surroundings enhanced the series' tension while exploring themes of medical ethics and class inequality. Fourth, Planet of the Apes, 1974.
Respecting each other, living together with love.
Love.
Following the film series' success, CBS produced this 14-episode series featuring Ron Harper and James Naughton as astronauts stranded on the ape-dominated Earth. The show expanded the film's mythology while working within television budget constraints, creating weekly adventures in the established universe. The series followed astronauts Alan Verdon and Pete Burke as they searched for a way home while helping oppressed humans and avoiding the ape authorities. Each episode typically featured the duo encountering different communities and revealing more about this world's history and social structure. Roddy McDowall reprised his film role as Galen, a sympathetic chimpanzee who aids the humans. His presence provided continuity with the films while allowing for character development impossible in the movie format, creating the series' emotional center through interspecies friendship. The show's makeup and costume design maintained the film's high standards despite television budgets. The ape prosthetics and society design created a believable world that felt connected to the movie series while establishing its own visual identity. 3. The Sixth Sense, 1972. This ABC supernatural series ran for 25 episodes, starring Gary Collins as parapsychologist Dr. Michael Rhodes investigating paranormal phenomena. The show predated The X-Files by 2 decades while exploring similar themes of unexplained events and scientific investigation of supernatural occurrences. The series approached supernatural topics through scientific methodology, with Dr. Rhodes using both traditional investigation and psychic abilities to solve mysteries. This approach gave credibility to fantastic elements while maintaining dramatic tension between rational and supernatural explanations. Production values were surprisingly high for early 1970s television, featuring elaborate special effects and atmospheric cinematography. The show's visual style influenced later supernatural series through its moody lighting and creative camera work that enhanced the mysterious atmosphere. The Sixth Sense explored themes of extrasensory perception, life after death, and human potential that reflected growing 1970s interest in New Age spirituality. Each episode typically balanced supernatural elements with psychological drama, creating stories that worked on multiple levels. Despite quality production and interesting concepts, the series couldn't find a consistent audience in an era dominated by more conventional programming. However, its influence on later supernatural television is evident in shows that combine scientific investigation with paranormal phenomena. 2. Kolchak the Nightstalker, 1974 to 1975. Darren McGavin starred as Carl Kolchak, a Chicago newspaper reporter investigating supernatural crimes in this 20-episode series that became a cult classic. The show combined horror, comedy, and journalism into a unique format that influenced decades of supernatural television programming. Each episode featured Kolchak encountering different monsters and supernatural threats while trying to convince skeptical editors and police of their existence. The series' Monster of the Week format allowed for diverse storytelling while maintaining character continuity through Kolchak's ongoing struggles with authority figures. McGavin's performance perfectly balanced comedy and horror, creating a character who remained likable despite his obsessive behavior. His portrayal of an ordinary man confronting extraordinary threats resonated with audiences seeking relatable heroes in fantastic situations. The show's production design created genuinely frightening monsters and atmospheric settings on a television budget. The series proved that effective horror could work in episodic television format when supported by strong writing and committed performances from both leads and guest stars. Kolchak's influence on later supernatural television is immeasurable, directly inspiring The X-Files and countless other series that combine investigation with supernatural elements, establishing the template for modern paranormal television while maintaining its own unique voice. 1. UFO, 1970 to 1971.
Going to remove your helmet. Try and maintain your rhythm of breathing.
Jerry Anderson's live-action series ran for 26 episodes, depicting Earth's secret defense against alien invasion in the futuristic year 1980. The show featured Shadow, Supreme Headquarters Alien Defense Organization, a covert military organization protecting humanity from extraterrestrial threats through advanced technology and international cooperation. Ed Bishop starred as Commander Straker, Shadow's leader operating from a film studio cover while coordinating Earth's defense through moon bases, submarines, and advanced aircraft. The series' military science fiction approach felt refreshingly realistic compared to other space adventures of the era. The show's production design created a believable near-future aesthetic through sleek vehicles, modernist architecture, and distinctive costumes. The purple-wigged female moon-base personnel and silver lame uniforms became iconic images of 1970s futurism that influenced fashion and design. UFO's mature themes included the personal cost of defending Earth, with characters sacrificing relationships and normal lives for humanity's survival. The series never talked down to audiences, treating alien invasion as serious military and political crisis requiring difficult decisions. Despite high production values and sophisticated storytelling, UFO struggled with inconsistent scheduling and limited promotion, leading to premature cancellation despite international success and lasting influence on serious science fiction television. These forgotten gems prove the 1970s were television sci-fi's most experimental decade, which overlooked series deserves a modern reboot. Subscribe for more classic TV discoveries.